Alpha Insurance covers it all. Tweet questions at AU Sports Network or email aubtigertalk@gmail.com. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. By Wind Creek Hotel and Casino. With 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka, you can escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and windcreekcasino.com. The Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. And by the simple southern goodness of Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers. Now, the host of Tiger Talk, alongside Brad Law, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Well, it was a thriller for Auburn on the West Coast last Saturday night. Now the Tigers gather on the plains for homecoming with Samford. Good evening, War Eagle. This is Tiger Talk, presented by Alpha Insurance from Baumhauer's Victory Grill with Brad Law and Jacob Hillman. I'm Andy Burcham. Leading off tonight, Auburn head coach Hugh joins us just after practice after that 14-10 win at Cal. The Tigers host Samford Saturday night at 6. Auburn Sports Network coverage begins with the Tiger Tailgate Show presented by Conecuh Sausage from outside Jordan-Hare Stadium Saturday afternoon at 3. A pair of Auburn's heroes from the win at Cal will be with us tonight. SEC Co-Defensive Player of the Week, Eugene Asante, and the man who hauled in the game-winning pass, Rivaldo Fairweather, joins us at the bottom of the hour. Also tonight, Auburn swinging coach Ryan Wochomurka talks about the start of his team's season, and it begins with the orange and blue competition at the Martin Aquatic Center on September 22nd. 24th ranked Auburn volleyball is opening play in the Alabama Showdown against South Alabama this evening. The Tigers play UAB tomorrow, Samford on Saturday. Auburn cross country competes in the Southern Showcase tomorrow in Huntsville. Auburn soccer opens SEC play tomorrow at Mississippi State. Men's and women's tennis open their fall season starting tomorrow as well. Auburn football off to a 2-0 start, so please, let's welcome into Tiger Talk Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze.
Did you take a breath during all that?
One. Welcome.
Thank you so much. And the sweetest thing you said in that whole that monologue of the opening was back on the plains. You know, I love playing at home, obviously, but the first thing I think we should probably discuss is how about our fans?
Unbelievable.
I've never in my life seen. I mean, I've seen some pretty good crowds at SEC away games, but for our guys, our people to travel all the way to California, and honestly, the Tiger Walk there felt very similar to the one here. Obviously, I just all of us were blown away. I've never experienced anything quite like that for an away game.
We've heard, and it may be a safe estimate, 10,000 were there. It seemed like even more than that were in the orange and blue.
Well, John Cohen told me that he thought it was close to 10,000, and he said the tailgating was just packed, incredible.
Yeah.
So, man, our fans are incredible. Thank you. I mean, that seems kind of empty to say, but I wish I could say more, but I don't know exactly what else to say other than just thank you.
You always have a little bit of an eye toward recruiting. You kind of have to nowadays. Is that something that you can use in recruiting? Look at the way the fan base travels, look at the way they support?
Well, of course. I think it sends the right message to our recruits that, man, our people are supportive of our program at the highest of levels. And I don't think traveling to California helps us in recruiting, but that's just me. We don't really recruit out there a whole lot. So, but you know what? It was a trip that I think we can build upon, and I was proud of the way our kids handled the whole trip. I do think we were a little sluggish this week, particularly Tuesday, but you know, we lost a whole night of sleep on Sunday. We didn't get back here to 10 a.m. And then you start back the same routine Sunday afternoon for coaches. I did let the players off from any voluntary work on Sunday, but it takes a little toll on you for sure.
You mentioned to the media on Monday that game was completely opposite than you thought it would be. Not the outcome, but just the way the game played out.
Well, I just was telling Tud over there, I'm usually not wrong I mean, I've been wrong a few times on the way I think a game's going to play out, but I was totally wrong on that one. I honestly thought it would be, one of those 38-35 type games, and was obviously extremely pleased that our defense only gave up 10 points, and they played extremely well, and obviously disappointed that we didn't perform very well offensively. So it was definitely different than what I expected.
You said in the pregame for the game, one of the keys would be Auburn's red zone defense. Now, I didn't know how serious you were when you said that, but that's the way the game played out.
It really did, and I thought, I really thought they were going to move the ball. They did on everybody last year. You look at the USC film, the UCLA film. I mean, they're playing. They lost 4 points to USC and about the same to UCLA, and it just felt like they're going to move the ball. So we've got to be really, really stingy in the red zone and hold them to field goals. And I tell you And I know, the guy missed some field goals, but our effort on the field goal block was extraordinarily good. It caused some issues with the way we were rushing off the edge and up the middle. So, I mean, the effort of our defense was really incredible.
We are just getting started here with Coach Hugh Freeze at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Here's what we'll do. If you have a question for Coach, raise your hand. We have Jacob with a wireless microphone. We already have folks lining up for questions, and we will get in as many of those as we can while Coach is with us here tonight. You can also email him, aubtigertalk@gmail.com. You can tweet those questions at AU Sports Network, and we will have more from Baumhauer's Victory Grill when Tiger Talk continues in a moment.
What you doing? Yeah, you. Listening to this ad right now. What you up to? Well, if you have auto insurance through Alpha, you know what you're not doing? Worrying about claims or stressing over coverage. Alpha handles the details for you so you can keep doing whatever you're doing. That's life with Alpha Insurance. Visit alphainsurance.com to learn more.
War Eagle, it's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccinations during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It's crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are all up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19 and flu. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
The sweet smell of victory and grilled burgers still hang in the air. Your tailgate was a big win thanks to your Ford F-150 truck. With available Pro Power onboard, you used your F-150 as a mobile generator. That kept the celebration going long after the final whistle. See your local Ford dealer for great offers on a Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
Tiger fans, it's game day. Time to put on the team colors, set up the tailgate, and enjoy some football. Of course, no tailgate is complete without Golden Flake snacks. From our crispy potato chips and light and airy pork skins to our deliciously cheesy cheese puffs, you're certain to score big. So grab a bag of Golden Flakes or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands. It's game time. Tailgate with Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers.
Submit questions by emailing aubtigertalk@gmail.com. Now, back to Tiger Talk, presented by Alpha Insurance.
And tonight's show is also brought to you in part by the Alabama Department of Public Health, who remind you, don't wait. Vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by getting all those recommended vaccines, including COVID and flu. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. With the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, I'm Brad Law. Head football coach Hugh Freeze with us in the house tonight. as well, and we'll get things started in the crowd. Jacob.
We have Julie from Arizona.
Wow.
Hey, Coach, War Eagle.
War Eagle to you.
So 2 games under your belt. Who has surprised you the most on offense and defense?
Gosh, I hate to single people out, but the first name that pops to my mind is Jeremiah Cobb on offense. I think he's I'm really pleased that the stage doesn't seem too big for his demeanor. He's really, really talented. He kind of really jump-started that last drive that gave us the win in Cal. And then defensively, I would probably have to say Eugene Asante. Yeah. You know, I mean, he went from in fall camp really not he was running second team and second team the first game, and then obviously Austin Keys has the injury and is next man up, and he made the most of it in game 1 for sure.
Julie, thank you very much for asking the question here. Julie gets a $10 gift card to Alumni Hall.
There you go.
So it pays. Not only do you get to talk to coaches and players, but
Herb is booing her right now.
Let's go to Herb and find out if his question is any better.
Hey, well, I got you containment this week, though.
Yep.
We're in shape. You don't have to respond to this one. It's observation. Right before that timeout, before the TV went to commercial, before the touchdown, I saw a receiver and a quarterback and a head coach, like 3 faces to face, and it reminded me of being in the backyard with a 4-man huddle.
Yeah, drawing it up in the
ground
dirt.
saying, I'm going to throw this to the rose bush, you go get it.
Go get it.
Now, you don't have to respond to that.
Well, I will. I mean, if you
okay,
want me
but
to.
my real question first, it's a 3-point surprise. They had our field goal range on the TV about inside the 42. What's your comfort level in a reasonable situation? I know it's situational.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's into the game or into half situation, I think I would try a 60-yarder with him. I feel really comfortable 50 and in. He's got plenty of a strong leg to do that. As far as the last touchdown, it was.
Did you draw it up in the dirt?
Oh, well, no, not so much in the dirt. Okay. Just personnel-wise, we really weren't carrying a personnel where Rivaldo was flexed out in the red zone and not a receiver, and that's really the only adjustment that I said I want to put Rivaldo out and go 13 personnel, and if they don't match him, 2 for 1, then it's 2nd and 5. Let's take the shot now with him, and so that was kind of the formation may have been a little in the dirt. The play was pretty standard, really.
It was a terrific catch. It looked like it looked like the right throw for that occasion as well. Yeah,
just don't throw it out of bounds and just give him a chance to go up and high point it. Their corner was a fair-sized kid, but Rivaldo is that's a tough matchup if the ball is thrown pretty correctly.
How far ahead are you thinking or talking with Coach Montgomery about what you want to try to do on a play-by-play basis?
To this point, I haven't gotten extremely involved. I called the reverse the other night, but, it's something we had planned, and I just said now's the time. And then that play. But truthfully, I go in there like today, and I don't have to – unless it's been a game like 38-35, you haven't hit your – I call them landmarks, and so I'm big on Thursdays. I go in and I say, all right, let's start at the 20, and let's go every 5 yards down to the 5, and then to the 3, and then to the 1. Let's talk through exactly what we're going to do. At least the first time we get there, and we hadn't been down there, so it really wasn't like we had run out of things that we already had planned. So it wasn't a whole lot to talk about. If we got to that last drive, we got to the 20-yard line. We immediately went to the 20-yard line landmark, which was the post wheel that we got the interference call on, and and then it took us to down there, and we hit our landmarks on the first down, and then I just made an adjustment with putting Rivaldo in for a receiver on the other one. So it's not a whole lot at that point. We already knew. I mean, we've studied all week, so you kind of know what you like there, and we hadn't used any of them.
Yeah.
Truthfully, we used, the first touchdown was a 15-yard landmark, and that was the only one we used until that last drive. And so it wasn't a whole lot. Now, you get in a game where you're getting down there quite a bit, then we got to have some discussions because we've already used, most of our landmarks probably.
All right, let's get back to the crowd. Wow. Jacob.
We've got Buster, who made the trip out west.
Wow.
Oh, Coach, very pleased with the team effort. I've got a question, then an observation. The question, Donovan Kaufman's status for this game, and then the observation, an offense and a defense. Our defense is fast as crap. I mean, we were a ton faster than they were. Also, if you take away the turnovers and all that crap, we beat them going away. I don't get the doom and gloom.
Oh, man, that's the world we live in, is doom and gloom, So, and listen, we're a work in progress now. I've said that, and I don't know if everybody – I hope you believe it, because as fast as we looked at Cal next week at A&M, I don't know if we'll look at fast because, these teams are the real deal in this conference, and we're still a work in progress on that. But when I watched the film, I totally agree with you. Our O-line was mauling their D-line, and if we just don't have the turnovers, I think we're going to rush for another 250 yards. And and that was my first experience with when we got the ball in the third quarter with 7 minutes left. We had 25 offensive snaps, and we only had 4 possessions in the second half. 2 of them were turnovers, where the 5th one was us running the clock out. But I mean, you have 4 possessions in a half, and you have 2 turnovers. It's you just don't have a lot of opportunities, and so. I don't think it was – obviously we've got to play better, and I've got to coach better, and I got to have them better prepared, and our quarterbacks have got to play more consistent. But some of that is not just him. Our receivers are young and are not always in the right spot at the right depth, and we've got to coach that better and get them better. But I do think if you take the 4 turnovers away, we probably win that game by 2 touchdowns. And maybe I'm – glass half full guy, but that's kind of when I watch the film and see the lanes we had to run the ball in. Cameron Stutz, I need to make a cut up for you to watch him. He absolutely got after their tail. I mean, like, he played his tail off and was mauling them.
Buster, thank you. Appreciate the questions.
Boy.
This is Tiger Talk. Coach Hugh Freeze alongside. One more segment with the Auburn head coach. When we come back, this is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Presenting the all-new Aubie's Kids Club. Benefits include an exclusive Aubie-branded swag box or bag, t-shirt, membership card, access to exclusive Kids Club events, as well as free admission to non-conference baseball, softball, and women's basketball games. Members also get a monthly newsletter from Aubie, a special invitation to Aubie's birthday party, and a personalized birthday card. 2 membership options are available. Learn more and register at aubieskidsclub.com.
What does commitment sound like? At Alabama Power, we hear you, we see you, and celebrate you on long practice days, game days that bring us together, and every day in between. Your commitment to making an impact for the team, for the fans. That inspires us to be at our best for the communities we champion across the state. We're committed to this kind of energy. That's power for a better Alabama. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Welcome back on Tiger Talk from Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Auburn Tigers put their trust in Auburn AV every home game for the best fan experience, and so should you. Bring the game day experience home when you have Auburn AV design and install your home entertainment system, whether it's for 86,000 let's say 88,000 screaming fans.
I like it.
Yeah. Or for you and your best friends. Auburn AV is what you need. Learn more at auburnav.com. Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze with us. Right back to the audience. Go ahead, Jacob.
We've got Bruce.
Bruce.
Coach, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
My question is when you're rotating quarterbacks in and out, do they generally have a play on a series when they go in and swap out because of time management? I've seen a lot of times where they're waiting for the call, so I was just wondering if y'all get them lined up.
Yeah, like game one, obviously there was a specific package for Robbie, and we had one specific package for him at Cal, which was our two-back with him, which was working on the one drive until, actually two drives, and we had a fumble, and then one, Jarquez went the wrong way and cost us a negative play that kind of got us behind the chains. And we had the reverse that got called back. It was a 50-yard gain and got called back. So that was his real package that game. There was a little too much in and out for me in that game. I don't think you'll see that again unless we just have no juice and then we're trying to find a spark. But there was a little too much in and out. But, yes, they typically have a specific play or package.
Thank you very much for the question, Bruce. Bruce is at his first Tiger Talk live tonight.
Awesome.
So thank you for coming.
Welcome back. You've been back.
All right. Let me go to defense now. Could you talk a little bit about the play of your corners, specifically Kay and Lee, a true freshman out there? You haven't had Nehemiah these first two games, and those guys have held it down in the secondary.
Yeah, I don't know that most people realize. The second half the other night we were without Keontae Scott the whole half. Mm-hmm. He played the very last series. That was the only series he played. And Kaufman went out early in the second half. So now, we're down to Terrence Love and Caleb Wooten and guys that hadn't had a lot of snaps, and they played well. And, Ken Lee played well the whole game, really, except for the knucklehead penalty that we can't have, and we just can't do that to ourselves where we self-inflict. But we had too many of those for sure. The exact thing, the first game we played was so clean, maybe the cleanest first game I've ever coached. I mean, we had no pre-snap penalties. We only had 3 penalties the whole game. We didn't turn it over. And then you go out there and we did everything the exact opposite. But Can has played well. Our corners, DJ's pretty solid, and so pleased thus far.
Samford in here on Saturday, and they're gonna throw it all over the place here Saturday night, Coach, and a quarterback that is the SoCon defending SoCon Player of the Year, and they don't make any bones about it. They're gonna throw it all over the place here Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean they. I went all the way back to the last time they played here, which was 4 or 5 years ago, and they moved it on Auburn then, and now they did everything in the world. I mean, it was polecat, and it was quads, and it was every unbalanced. And, I know being in-state, that's a proud moment for them to come in, particularly if they can compete. And Hatcher does a great job. So it's, we're going to have to play.
A lot more ways to affect a quarterback than just recording a sack. And affecting him in different ways is going to be, I would think, pretty important Saturday.
Yeah, Ron and them have a good plan, I think, and we need to put some pressure on him for sure. But they typically get the ball out really, really quick. It ain't like they're setting back and running deep verts. They don't do that. I mean, I'm sure they can do it, but that's not who they really want to be. They'd rather be in the quick game. And so there's a lot of times, even if you can't get to them, we need to get our hands up and hopefully get a couple tips for sure.
What was the key to containing the run last Saturday night?
Well, a good plan first, and then great effort second, and doing your job. And I thought our D-line got after their O-line pretty good, and our linebackers played fairly well, and so did our safeties and the fits. It went down. We misaligned in the UMass game a lot. and which causes you to be a gap short sometimes. And in that game, you're always going to have some of that, but you want it in the single digits. And we went from 15 or 18 in the UMass to about 5 in that game. And so it starts with alignment, assignment, and effort, and I thought we had all of those, and we tackled fairly well.
Back to the offensive side, you singled out Javarius Johnson and Jay Fair earlier this week. Does it say something about the competition in the wide receiver room and about those guys that the couple of guys that you point to after the first 2 games are guys who were here and who were really battling throughout spring, summer, fall camp to earn their spot on the field?
Well, I do think, we have to remind ourselves when I get frustrated with kind of us being not on the same page with our receiving core. You got Jair, Hooks, Caleb. We got quite a few that weren't even here until summer. And so we just now started coaching them. And, and Camden Brown was here but didn't practice all spring nor the first 2.5 weeks of camp. And so we're just a really young room and unproven, but 5 and 6 have been. They practiced all spring and have been with us, and I think they have the best understanding of everything we're doing.
You look at Jay Fair, and it was a name that we heard all through the fall camp. What is it about his play? What do you see out of him? And it's certainly paid off with touchdowns in the first 2 ball games.
Yeah, well, he's a really good route runner, and really good hands, natural ball catcher, and has good enough quickness to separate and to get open. So, you wish you were had a little more catch radius, right. But he has all those attributes for a good slot.
We've talked about the Samford offense defensively. What do you see out of the Bulldogs?
Well, they have been this new 3 safety, 5 DB or 6 DBs really, and 5-man box stuff. I don't know that they'll play us like that, but they might. But that is typically a bend but don't break. Just keep everything in front of you and make people earn touchdowns. Which it does. I mean, it's hard to throw the ball if they're truly dropping 8, and I hope they can't stop our run doing that. But if they're able to stop our run doing that, then it could be a difficult game for sure because there's not a lot of lanes to throw in.
What did it mean to have Jarquez back, and not just Jarquez, but that additional talented tailback that gives you even more depth in that room? Yeah,
I'm excited to see what he will become. But the truth, if I'm probably too candid sometimes, he left a lot of yards out there because I just think he was really rusty and he was rushing. He wasn't letting the blocks set up quite like DeMario was and Cobb was, and you can't really see that all the time on the sideline, but I could when I put the film on. But he's the first to see it, and he'll be fine, I think, this week because he's getting back in the flow of things and understanding the timing of the blocking schemes. But he really, on some of the wide zones, he was running hard and the effort and super talented, but he's a little ahead of where he needed to be in respect to our O-line.
Before we get some keys to Saturday and let you go, we're going to talk to Rivaldo and Eugene a little bit later on in the show tonight. Just maybe a couple more words about those guys and the impact they've had very early on this year for you.
Well, Rivaldo, I think, is one of the more talented tight ends that I've ever coached, and I've had Evan Ingram and Dawson Knox, and both that are starting for really good NFL teams right now. But Rivaldo is really talented. He's big. He's physical. It's a tough matchup, and he can run with great hands. So we've got to utilize him a lot in the offense. Eugene, obviously, it's just one game, but love his passion, love how hard he plays. Got to corral him a little bit on making sure he's lined up correctly. He gets a little chaotic, but you will never have to question how hard he's going to play when the ball is snapped, for sure.
All right, Coach, a few keys, maybe a key or two on both sides of the ball here for homecoming on the Plains Saturday.
Well, we need to be balanced on offense and really hopefully get some confidence coming out of this game with both facets of it and take care of the ball. We're not going to win many games if we turn it over 4 times the rest of this season, and we've got to take care of the ball, and I think we need to stay balanced. And then again, defensively, make sure they're one-dimensional. We've got to stop the run, and then we can rally around the passes, hopefully. But I think you got to stop the run.
Thank you so much for the visit. Look forward to Saturday.
Yep.
We'll see you.
War
Eagle.
War Eagle.
Tigers head coach Hugh Freeze joining us tonight at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Stay tuned. Tiger Talk continues in a moment.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What does commitment sound like? At Alabama Power, we hear you, we see you, and celebrate you on long practice days, game days that bring us together, and every day in between. Your commitment to making an impact for the team, for the fans. That inspires us to be at our best for the communities we champion across the state. We're committed to this kind of energy. That's power for a better Alabama. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
War Eagle, it's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccinations during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It's crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are all up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19 and flu. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
From mobile banking to retirement planning to business loans, Trustmark is the bank that fits you to a T. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Tiger Talk from the Auburn Sports Network. Back to Andy and Brad.
All right, quick segment here on Tiger Talk as we continue from Baumhauer's Victory Grill. I'm telling you what, just delicious food, legendary fun here at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Bent Creek Road in Auburn. We got TVs wall to wall. I had the char-grilled salad with chicken tonight. Delicious. Jacob normally goes with a pepperoni pizza. We went with the hot lips tonight. Those looked outstanding. Were they good? Yeah? Absolutely. Thumbs up from Jacob. The hot lips are fantastic. The pizza's the coal-fired grill or the coal-fired oven, the only one of its kind in Alabama. And so if you haven't been in a while, or if you have, come on back to Baumhauer's Victory Grill. All right, here's what else is going on this weekend around Auburn-Opelika. This is presented by Auburn-Opelika Tourism. You can find more at aotourism.com. And it's basically going to be a block party every Friday before home football games. Come home to the corner. And then, of course, this weekend is the homecoming parade and pep rally that gets underway at 6 o'clock. So the homecoming festivities surrounding the game on Saturday. It starts on Friday, 6 o'clock. Parade's going to feature floats from on- and off-campus organization, the cheerleaders, Tiger Paws, marching band, the Miss Homecoming candidates, and, of course, Aubie. And the parade will start at 6 o'clock. And we'll complete a short loop around downtown Auburn. It'll conclude with a pep rally at 6:30 on Samford Lawn. So make sure that you are in town and there for the homecoming parade. Now, we've also got Food Truck Friday that starts a little bit earlier. That's 5 p.m. and goes all the way to midnight. That's in downtown Opelika. So if you prefer, and you're going to be in that area. Downtown Opelika's got Food Truck Friday downtown. You've also got the Awesome Amphibians and Reptiles show, the Football Fans and Feathers show. Both of those are Friday endeavors. Sunday in downtown Auburn, how about Brunch and Browse, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Downtown Merchants, you join them for Brunch and Browse. Cap off that homecoming weekend on the Plains. You can find out more about these and all the other events in the Auburn-Opelika area at aotourism.com. We will be on the air Saturday starting at 3 o'clock with our Tiger Tailgate show. Some of the guests that we will have include the homecoming court. Andy will interview each young lady representing Auburn and vying for the title of Miss Homecoming. We also have Liston Edens, former Tiger standout, joining us on the show. Ben Obamanu will join us on the show Saturday as well. Our stage located across from the Cam Newton statue outside Jordan-Hare Stadium. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have more. It's Baumhauer's Victory Grill, Bent Creek Road in Auburn. It's Tiger Talk, and this is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you all the action of game day with no delay. Every touchdown, interception, sideline report, and all the analysis from Andy Burcham, Jason Campbell, Ronnie Brown, and Will Herring. Yours at home and on the road. And they're good all through the spring. When football ends, you can still hear every broadcast of home men's and women's basketball, baseball, and softball, all with no delay. Live Sports Radio and Alpha Insurance, keeping you plugged into the Tigers at home and on the road.
It's game day. What do you take to the tailgate? A flat screen TV? Take it to the tailgate. Your wife's favorite blender? The DJ sound system? With a Ford F-150 truck, you can take it all. With available Pro Power onboard that acts like a mobile generator, you can use F-150 to take your tailgate to the next level. Visit your local Ford dealer today. The Auburn Tigers and Ford F-150. Greatness starts here. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
By now, your daily routine is probably a little too routine. Don't you want to change? Don't you want to start playing by your own rules and escape the routine so your fantasy becomes reality? Where every night is an adventure, where new flavors are ready to be tasted, where it feels like you're a winner. Take a chance. Reward yourself. Make your routine anything but routine. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
The game has changed, and the future of Auburn athletics now demands a strong NIL program. I'm Jason Campbell. Let's come together, Auburn family, and make a lasting impact. Visit OnToVictory.com. Every dollar you contribute to On to Victory helps create NIL opportunities for our student athletes. Visit www.OnToVictory.com and be a part of changing the game for Auburn athletics.
Welcome back on Tiger Talk from Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Auburn's swimming and diving program will get its season started a week from tomorrow. As a matter of fact, the Tigers will host the Orange and Blue competition at the Martin Aquatic Center, and he is the head coach for the Auburn men and women. He is an Auburn alum. He was a national champion at Auburn. He's building this program back up as well. Please welcome Ryan Wochomurka to Tiger Talk.
Thank you, Andy.
Good to have you here tonight, getting ready for this season. Talk to us about preseason swimming and diving. What's fall camp like for swimming and diving?
It depends on who you ask. Ask one of our student athletes, but it's opportunity for us. It's a lot of learning early on, a lot of conditioning, doing a lot of work in the weight room with Coach Karkoska. And a lot
PK?
With PK.
Yeah.
and really a lot of teaching with our freshmen. We have a very, very large freshman class on both sides, but particularly with the women, we've got 13 freshmen this year, about 40% of our roster. So it's a lot of teaching, not only technically, but teaching them how to be Auburn men and women.
Coach, strength training for the folks in your program, it's obviously going to be different than say what an offensive lineman is going to do.
Sure.
What are the focuses for your student athletes when they're in the weight room? What are their goals?
Yeah, it really depends on their event lineups as well too. But this time of year, for us, we do a lot of Olympic lifting, a lot of full body movements, a lot of hang cleans and snatches. We're actually not too dissimilar from a lot of the things you would see in a lot of other sports, but really the thing that we're trying to do in the weight room is build athleticism. If you can be a better athlete outside the pool, it's going to help you when we convert that jumping off the blocks, in and out of the walls, and for the divers, getting a little bit more leverage off the boards.
How early does it start in the morning?
Well, actually, we're swimming before we lift, so we're in the water 3 times a week in the morning, 6 to 7:30. We're in the weight room 4 times a week, and depending on their class schedules, because we have, both with the men and women, it's about 70 kids. So depending on class schedule, they're either there in the morning 7:45 to 8:45 or 1:30 to 2:30 before we hop in the afternoon.
First opportunity to see the Tigers is next Friday. That's a 3 o'clock start.
Yeah,
for the Orange and Blue at the Martin Aquatic Center.
And excited for this one. It'd be a little bit different format than what we're used to with Orange and Blue. We're going to put some technical suits on and swim really fast. Those are the suits you see when, if you're watching the Olympic Games on TV or watching the NCAA championships or watching the SEC championships. Those are the expensive suits, the ones that cost a little bit. But we want to race fast early this year. And we've got some pretty intense competitions coming up October 6th and 7th, both splitting the squad, going to SMU, and the other half will go to University of Louisville. And those will be high-profile events, and we're going to race in those suits then. So the Orange and Blue competition gives us first opportunity to see what our lineup is going to look like for those 2 meets.
Coach Ryan Wochomurka with us here on Tiger Talk. To the crowd we go, where we have Herb. Herb, show him your shirt.
Yeah, this is the most important part. Swimming and diving shirt.
Best looking shirt in here.
Hey, Coach, talk about recruiting. Obviously, you're looking for world-class athletes, so that means you're going to look not only around the country but the world. So how does that process work in terms of how soon can you start talking to talent about Auburn's interested in you, and how does that process work?
It starts early now, and it's this is my 3rd complete season, or starting into my 3rd season, right? And the freshmen that we have that are coming that just arrived on campus were kids that we were recruiting when I stepped on campus here 2.5 years ago. So we start the recruiting process just after their sophomore year and before their junior year of high school for our high school age kids. The international kids from all over the world tend to be a little bit later in the process. But yeah, we're talking to 16-year-old kids right now, and we've got 20 of them. Actually, I got my whole staff right now is driving back from Atlanta because we have 20 kids here with their parents that are visiting on official visits to watch a football game this weekend and spend the weekend with us.
All right. Yep. Thank you, Herb, for the question. Back to the audience, Julie.
Julie from Arizona.
War Eagle Coach Wochomurka.
War Eagle.
I just want to, on the record, say I haven't everything school.
Sure, I love it. Second best shirt in here after the swimming shirt.
Yeah. So my question is about Patrick Callum. How much of an impact has the Olympian made on the program?
Patrick's a great kid, and the exciting thing is him having just finished his time. He spent 4 years at the University of Michigan, did a 5th year at Cal Berkeley with David Marsh and Dave Durden. And having that experience of being fresh from it, he's much closer to the student athletes and to what their experience is. So that for us as a staff has been great to be able to have the lens that he's viewing it through, but also somebody that has competed at the highest levels, both at the NCAA level and internationally at the Olympic Games. It helps our student athletes to really understand the perspective of what it takes to do those things. What does it mean to, on a daily basis to commit yourself, to have the discipline to do the things necessary to put yourself in position to make the Olympic Games or put yourself on a U.S. national team, or for our international student athletes, again, make their respective national teams or the Olympic Games. So it's been exciting to have him come in. The things that he's been sharing with our men and women, just about how teams that the elite teams in the country, how they conduct themselves, the things that they're doing, when they're not in the pool has been a great benefit for us as well.
Coach, before we let you go, you mentioned Coach Marsh being at Berkeley.
Yep.
We had him on our football pregame show
Saturday,
and so then you heard he was very complimentary of you and the direction of the program with your leadership. What does it mean to you to hear that, to know that, and to kind of know you've got that seal of approval going forward?
Well, appreciative because he's the reason that I came to Auburn as an 18-year-old, young man, and so he and the entirety of the program and staff that were here at the time has really helped me to, on a personal level, to do things that I didn't think were possible for me, whether that was in the pool or whether that was professionally when I was done with my time in the pool. So he's been a continued mentor for mine, not only through my swimming career, but through my coaching career as well, too. And so I know how much this place means to him. I know how much this program means to him. And we want to make sure that as we continue to move this program back to where we know it can be, that we're mindful about doing it in a way that we know that he would approach it in.
Get this, mom and daughter are at swim practice. You and your son are here tonight, right?
Yeah, that's right. So me and Hayes are out here. My son Hayes, 11-year-old, are out grabbing dinner tonight, and thank you for having us while my wife and 8-year-old daughter are back at the James E. Martin Aquatic Center, and she's getting it done in the pool right now.
Appreciate the visit. Thank you very much. Look forward to having you back.
Thank you, guys.
Ryan.
Appreciate it. War Eagle.
Ryan Wochomurka, Auburn swim coach, joining us. When we come back, Rivaldo, Fairweather, Eugene, Asante. Stay tuned. Tiger Talk continues in a moment.
You know that feeling when you're doing what you love? You're in the zone, truly and fully alive, lost in thought. You know what you're not thinking about? Insurance. That's where Alpha comes in. Alpha handles all things insurance, so you're free to do anything. So get out there and live your best life. Whatever your thing is, we've got you covered. That's life with Alpha Insurance. Visit alphainsurance.com to learn more.
We've all fallen into boring routines. We just keep doing what has to get done. Isn't it time to escape the old routine and make time for yourself? Make time to go out with old friends. Make time to add excitement back into your life. Make time to feel like a winner again. Life is more fun when you live it. So what are you waiting for? Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and windcreekcasino.com.
The game has changed, and the future of Auburn athletics now demands a strong NIL program. I'm Jason Campbell. Let's come together, Auburn family, and make a lasting impact. Visit OnToVictory.com. Every dollar you contribute to On to Victory helps create NIL opportunities for our student athletes. Visit www.ontovictory.com and be a part of changing the game for Auburn athletics.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride Sorrento and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Whoa, Rico.
You're listening to Tiger Talk from the Auburn Sports Network. Back to Andy and Brad.
We're at Bomb Hours Victory Grill. We are about to talk to Eugene Asante and Rivaldo Fairweather, who's fired up to talk to a couple of Tigers tonight. Yes, indeed. There it is. I love it. Yes, indeed. Eugene is working the crowd. I'm going to be out of a job if he keeps doing it. I love it. That's great. Tonight's show brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino and Hotel. 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, Wetumpka. You can escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and Hotel and at windcreekcasino.com. Okay, well, pretty exciting game over in Berkeley over the weekend.
Yes, sir.
Eugene, just talk about the defensive performance and the energy and what it took to shut down those Golden Bears.
Yeah, I just think we wanted to go out there and show what we could do as a defense. We wanted to show what we were capable of. We had a great week of practice, and we just wanted to show the world what we really can do. So Coach Ron Roberts, Coach Aldridge, and the staff just really had a great plan. And we just wanted to go out there and play that style of defense that, Auburn, the standard that Auburn has had on defense traditionally. So we went out there, we had a lot of effort and intensity, and we went out there and executed the game plan the way we needed to execute it.
All right, Rivaldo, 2 huge catches on the last, I guess the second to last offensive drive, the last scoring drive for the Tigers. Take us through the 2 passes. One, you had to come back and pick it up off the turf, and then take us to that fade route in the end zone.
Yeah, man, it's just a game plan. We came in with the game and trusting the coaches, man, and first and foremost, I want to give God glory for, putting me in a position to make plays and thank my coaches for making the plays, man. And what they say, playmakers make plays. So just thank the coach for putting me in a position and had to make the play.
First was a seam route?
First it was like a little switch route, me in the slot. and go up the seam, and quarterback just put it there. And anywhere I tell the quarterback, throw it anywhere in my presence, and I'm gonna go get it, man.
And we saw that on the touchdown catch. Kind of take us through that. What was the play that was called there?
It was a fade route to me, and me and Peyton repped that like way before first day he got in here. We've been practicing that, and it's just continuously repetition and just executing what our coaches put us in position to make plays, and me and Peyton just we got that connection, and we just put it where I had to get it.
Guys, you guys spend so much time investing in yourselves, investing in football. When you get time away, right? It's not study hall, it's not academics, it's not football. What are you doing with your spare time, Rivaldo? We'll hear from you first.
I'm a big video game type of guy, so I play Madden, 2K, and Call of Duty. Yep, I'm real good.
Okay.
I'm real good. So anybody want to see me on the sticks, just let me know.
All right, Eugene.
What I be doing, I play video games as well. I go out and just sit down and read a book. I'm reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins right now. So I read things I really that catch my interest. But I think I'm a more video game guy. I'm really low maintenance. I just like talking to my family, making sure they're good, and that's really what I do in my free time. Yeah.
You pick up a paintbrush every now and then too, don't you?
Yeah, I paint too, and I've been doing that since I was young. So I just ain't had time to really do it, with the football season and everything. But
so when you paint, do you when you get ready to go? Do you say, "Let's paint"?
Nah. So
okay.
when it's time to paint, I just say, "Let's work." Let's work.
There we go. Yeah.
So I just put myself in that head frame. I just put myself in that position, just to get in the right headspace to do that. So,
Eugene, you talked about it with the media on Monday, the value that you saw last year playing on the scout team, and what that meant to you as now it has evolved into, the SEC Co-Defensive Player of the Week.
Yes, sir. God, we love the crowd.
Yeah.
We love the crowd here. So just the value of scout team. It was a great thing for me. I mean, I came in, I wanted to play on defense. And I did some really good things, I felt, with that staff and showed them a lot of good things. And for some reason, I didn't get that opportunity. But being on scout team just made me more hungry, made me more motivated, more eager to just be out there and show people what I can do. So I don't take that for granted at all. I'm grateful to God that I went through that circumstance, even though in that moment I didn't understand why God was putting me through that. Just being on scout team just motivated me, and being out there this year, I'm really grateful. I don't take any play for granted. I'm just grateful to be out there. So I just want to continue to show what I can do, and I'm grateful to God that He put me in that position.
Even as late as it was, Rivaldo, back here on the eastern side of the country, how many calls did you, or how many texts did you have waiting on you when you got back to the locker room after that catch and that win for Auburn?
Yeah, I had a lot of messages, and mainly before the game, I told my mom I got her a touchdown this game, because last game stuff didn't really go my way, but we still got the dub. But I told her, and I called her, and she was crying, man, because I told her I promised her a touchdown, and it was just exciting to see my family excited for me, and I thank all the fans for staying up late and watching the game, man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
She needs a whole box of Kleenex. I think you're going to be scoring a few times this year. That's for sure. All right. Lastly, before we let you go, thoughts from both of you playing in front of this home crowd again Saturday night. Sellout crowd for homecoming against Samford, Jordan-Hare Stadium.
I just think it's going to be a great opportunity. I think we're going to go out there and show the world what we can do. The standard is the standard, regardless of who the opponent is, and just going out there and being able to show what we can do offensively, defensively, allow it, just everything clicking in all our units, special teams as well. But, we're excited for a sellout crowd. We're excited for homecoming. We're excited for all the fans to be out there. We appreciate everybody in Baumhours right now, so we appreciate y'all.
And let me ask you this, Rivaldo. What did it mean to have the 10,000 in orange and blue out at Cal last week.
Yeah, man. I was telling all my teammates, I was like, this is our home game. This ain't really a away game for us, man. Just seeing all those Auburn fans just coming out there all the way on the West Coast to support us, man. It was really meant something to me, man.
Guys, we appreciate you being with us tonight. Wish you all the best this Saturday, all right? War Eagle.
Yes, War Eagle.
Eugene, Asante, Rivaldo, Fairweather joining us. Yep, let's work. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Get your game day started with the Auburn Sports Network and the Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage. Paul Ellen, Brad Law, Andy Burcham, Ronnie Brown, Will Herring, and Jason Campbell bring the tailgate party to you. Breakdowns of the games from every angle, visits from former Tiger greats, and updates from around campus 3 hours before kickoff of every Auburn game. It's the biggest tailgate party on the radio. The Tiger Tailgate Show, presented by Conecuh Sausage.
Tiger fans, it's game day. Time to put on the team colors, set up the tailgate, and enjoy some football. Of course, no tailgate is complete without Golden Flake snacks. From our crispy potato chips and light and airy pork skins to our deliciously cheesy cheese puffs, you're certain to score big. So grab a bag of Golden Flake or any of our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands. It's game time. Tailgate with Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorrento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Whoa, Rico.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back. This is Tiger Talk from Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Last segment.
How's it been an hour?
I don't know. Went by quickly, didn't it?
Man.
All right. Saturday, 3 o'clock, our pregame coverage on the Auburn Sports Network on the stage, east side of Jordan-Hare Stadium. Among our guests, Liston Edens. The patriarch of the Edens clan.
Ben Obamanu.
The Auburn University Homecoming Court.
Yes, and more.
And more.
Some still to be determined.
That's exactly right.
Part of the fun.
Yes.
We'll be here again in 2 weeks before Auburn and Georgia do battle at Jordan-Hare Stadium. A lot of business to take care of. Thanks to the staff and the management here.
Fabulous.
At Baumhauer's Victory Grill. What are you having tonight?
Pizza.
Oh, what kind?
The Meat Lovers Pizza.
Delicious.
Yes.
I already ate. My mouth's watering again.
It's already ordered.
General Manager of the Auburn Sports Network has been Harling.
Let's eat.
Tiger Talk. Let's eat. Yep. Tiger Talk's produced on site by Tim Walker with assistance from Jacob Hillman. Quinn Burkeen is our Skyview Auburn Sports Network studio producer. For Hugh Freeze, Rivaldo Fairweather, Eugene Asante, Ryan Wochomurka, and the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, I'm Brad Law. War Eagle, thanks for listening to Tiger Talk.
You've been listening to Tiger Talk, presented by Alpha Insurance. Auto, home, life, business. Alpha Insurance covers it all. Tonight's show has also been brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. By the simple southern goodness of Golden Flake, celebrating 66 years as the official salty snack of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama. And by Wind Creek Hotel and Casino, with 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka. You can escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and windcreekcasino.com. Tiger Talk is an exclusive presentation of the Auburn Sports Network, a division of Play.